ಅದು ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ಲಾ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ?
ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ತೇನೆ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸಿ ಅಂಕಲ್. ಅದು
ಆಯ್ತು.
ದೊಡ್ಡ ಲೈಟ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂಕಲ್? ಮಾಮೂಲಿ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ.
ಹಾ, ಆ ಲೈಟ್ ಇದೆ ಬಾಲು. ಈಗ ಆ ಲೈಟ್ ಮೇನ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಅದೇನೆ. ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ಲಾ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ?
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಖದಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂಕಲ್ ತುಂಬಾ.
కొద్ది డార్క్ గా ఉంది కదా ఇవాళ.
ఆ
అంకుల్ది ఎందుకో ఏదో లైట్ మరి లేకపోతే బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ఏమన్నా.
నిన్న చెక్ చేసాము,
ఉమ్,
బాగుండింది.
అంతే ఉంది బాలు. ఈ రోజు కూడా 16 పెట్టాను. ఇంకా ఎక్కువ చేయమంటావా అది?
అవును అంకల్,
ఇగో ఇట్లా ఉంటుంది.
బాగా బాగా డార్క్ గా ఉంది అంకల్.
అది వెనక కూడా మొత్తం గ్రీన్, డార్క్ గ్రీన్ అయ్యేసరికి మేబీ వైట్ ఉంటే ఉండేది తెలియదు. అంటే ఎక్కువ
కాదు
డార్క్
పవన్, లాస్ట్ టైము
అంకుల్.
ఓవర్ ఎక్స్పోజ్ అయింది. నేను అవి వీడియో చూస్తే అప్పుడు తెలిసింది అనమాట నాకు ఓవర్ ఎక్స్పోజ్ అయిందని.
ఓకే అంకుల్.
ఏమంటావు బాలు?
కొంచెం లైటింగ్ ఉంటే బాగుంటుంది అంకల్.
అలాగే అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఆ ట్యూబ్ లైటే ఆన్ చేయమంటావా లేదా ఇదే ఇంక్రీజ్ చేయమంటావా?
దీన్నే ఇంక్రీజ్ చేయండి అంకల్.
అలాగే
80% పెట్టేసేయండి అంకల్, సరిపోతుంది.
ఓకే.
Welcome everyone. We'll be starting in few minutes here, 1 or 2 minutes. Just waiting everybody to join. Thanks for coming to this, joining this program.
లింక్ కూడా
Google.
Hello Aljosh. Hi Raj. Hi Trimurtulu. Hello Girish.
హలో బాలు.
Hello Mark. Hi Suresh. Jai Shivabalayogi
ఇప్పుడు
Maharaj.
80% చేశాను బాలు. ఇప్పుడు అదే బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ గ్రీన్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ఉంది కదా, అందుకని డార్క్ అనిపిస్తుంది అంతే.
అవును అంకుల్. ప్రతిసారి కంప్లీట్ వైట్ ఉండింది కదా అంకుల్. అది చాలా
అంతే, ఇంకేమీ లేదు.
ఎలిగెంట్ గా ఉండేది యాక్చువల్గా. ఇది కంప్లీట్ డార్క్ అయిపోయింది.
స్టార్ట్ చేద్దామా పవన్?
ఎస్ అంకుల్.
సో కరెక్ట్గా 7 o'clock అయింది. సో విల్ స్టార్ట్ విత్ ఎ ప్రేయర్.
ఓకే, షూర్ అంకుల్.
ఓం శుక్లాంబరధరం విష్ణుం శశివర్ణం చతుర్భుజం ప్రసన్నవదనం ధ్యాయేత్ సర్వవిఘ్నోపశాంతయే. అగజానన పద్మార్కం గజానన మహర్నిశం అనేకదం తం భక్తానాం ఏకదంతముపాస్మగే. ఓం గురుబ్రహ్మ గురుర్విష్ణు గురుర్దేవో మహేశ్వరః గురు సాక్షాత్ పరబ్రహ్మ తస్మై శ్రీ గురవే నమః. అఖండమండలాకారం వ్యాప్తం యేన చరాచరం తత్పదం దర్శితం యేన తస్మై శ్రీ గురవే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ 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 శివబాలయోగి
Maharaj ki jai. Thanks you everyone for joining us. A warm welcome to everyone for the Satsang session 2. It's truly a blessing that we'll be able to continue this sacred journey as a Satsangs here online after a long time. So in our previous session, we had a wonderful session with so many questions answered. Reflecting to that, we have few questions still which are unanswered. We'll start with that, and then we have new questions as well coming in. So thanks everyone for joining this session. So Uncle, with your permission, can I go ahead and get the first question, Uncle, for you?
Pawan, what I expect you to do is, see,
Uncle.
the first question is from a lady by the name of Diana.
Yes, Uncle.
Okay, so I request you to please read her self-introduction also, before you actually go to the questions. So people
Okay, Uncle.
know, she is new to the group. She is new to all of us.
Okay,
So
Uncle.
it will be good to read her introduction also before we go to the questions. Okay?
Okay, I'll do that, Uncle. Let me get 1 second. I'm just giving a search on her introduction, Uncle. I don't have it handy currently, but
Okay.
let me do
So
that.
do you want me to send it to you then? You have
Yes,
the questions
please,
with you,
Uncle.
right?
I do have a question with me, Uncle.
Okay, so I'm just sending her self-introduction to you, Pawan. It will be on the
Sure, Uncle.
WhatsApp.
Sure, Uncle. I'm on it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, Pawan. I didn't think of this earlier.
No problem,
Asked
Uncle.
me, just a few minutes ago, she told me that she won't be attending, right?
Yes, Uncle.
I
I
sent
did
that
see
to
that message.
her. Yeah, Pawan, it is sent. So you can just
Yes,
read
Uncle.
that message.
Sure, Uncle. I'll do that, Uncle. So, yep, we have Diana Patricia Pantino. She's from Colombia. So she introduces herself to Jagdish Uncle. I'm just reading her introduction to Jagdish Uncle. So my name is Diana. She lives in Persia, in the mountains of Colombia. That's great. Before meeting Swamiji, I was already meditating. I learned to meditate with a book that someone gave her. In this lifetime, Buddha's path to liberation. I learned to meditate and sat in meditation for several years. Oh wow, that's great actually. Then I stopped practicing and met Swamiji through one of his devotees, Swami Kenananda, who came to Colombia, and I attended a session. Now I'm meditating for 2 or 3 hours daily before going to work. I've been doing this for 9 years. That's great. So that is her introduction, and then she's been already into meditation for a long time. Then again, she met Swamiji Shishya Kenananda, and then she has again came back to this meditation, and now she is doing 2 to 3 hours of meditation daily since 9 years. That too. That's her introduction. A strong applaud to her. And then she had a question. She have sent a question to Uncle. Uncle, you want me to go
Yeah,
ahead with the
go
question,
ahead and
Uncle?
read the
Yeah.
question, Pawan, and you read the questions one by one. You read the question, and then I will give the answer. After I
Okay,
give the
Uncle.
answer, you go to the next question, like that.
Sure, Uncle. Sure, Uncle. Thanks, Uncle. Yep. So the first question, which we just introduced, Diana Patricia from Colombia, and she's already into meditation, and she's asking this: what should I feel or see to know that I'm meditating correctly? So her question, what should I feel or see to know what I'm meditating correctly? So she wanted to inquire herself, like whether she's meditating correctly and what should she feel when she's meditating to make herself that she's doing in a right path of meditation.
Okay, Pawan. Thanks. See, my answer to her question is the following, okay? I believe that only the Guru knows whether a devotee or a disciple is doing the meditation correctly or not, okay? Neither can the individual himself or herself know whether he or she is doing it properly, or even, her colleagues, her friends, her fellow devotees, fellow disciples. Nobody else can know exactly whether that person is doing the meditation properly or not. Okay. So in this case, Swamiji will know definitely. Probably Swami Kena will know whether Diana is doing the meditation correctly or not. Okay. All the others, we all will not be able to say whether she is doing the meditation correct or not. Neither will she herself be able to uh, determine whether she is doing it properly or not. Okay. But then having said that, as Pawan has mentioned in the introduction to Diana, she says that she is doing meditation for 2 to 3 hours every day before she goes to work. Okay. And she could sustain it for the past 9 years. I would say that is a rare achievement even in India, even amongst the Indian devotees, there are very few devotees who have done that, that is sustaining a meditation practice of daily 2 to 3 hours for 9 years. That's a rare achievement even amongst the Indian devotees of Swamiji. So I really appreciate that. Okay. So if that is the case, then she should be doing it right. There cannot be a question about it. Okay. So that's my answer, Pawan.
Thank you, Uncle. Thank you so much.
Now, the next part of
Yeah.
our question is, will I see something? Will I feel something to understand that I am doing it right? Okay. Yeah, a number of devotees of Swamiji, when they start the meditation practice and when they practice it daily, they get a few experiences. What are experiences? It could be a sound, it could be the Om sound, or it could be any other sound also. Or you might have some vision. So the vision might include uh, a vision of Swamiji himself, okay, or a vision of the Ishtadaiva, the God or the form of God, which is dear to the aspirant. Okay. Now, this can happen either when the aspirant is actually doing the meditation, that is, while doing the meditation, or it can happen in a dream or at other times also. Okay. So these are what we call as experiences. Okay. But Swamiji himself has also warned us. I don't know whether to say warned or what he told us is that, yes, some devotees, some aspirants have experiences, but that is not to say that those who don't have experiences are not doing it right. Okay. That it should not be construed like that. That is what Swamiji has told us. Okay. So I hope my answer is clear. Okay.
Thank you, Uncle. Okay.
See, in the experiences that I mentioned, there can also be other experiences, physical experiences, like you see in this video, where the lady is gently swaying, or her upper body is gently rotating in a certain way. Okay. Now, this is an experience that we have seen many people having it. Many of Swamiji's devotees have this. Okay. During meditation also it happens. Now, at other times, what happens is a part of the body, okay, it could be the head itself, or it could be some other part of the body, either the upper limbs or the lower limbs. They could shake in a very rhythmic way. Okay. Now, there could also be a current flowing through parts of the body. We can actually feel the current. Okay. It's like an electric current, like when you receive a shock, you touch a live wire and then you receive a little shock. It could feel like that. Okay. It could go up the spine, or it could go into the head, or you can feel it in the arms or the legs. So these are all the experiences that people have. Okay. But again, I would like to repeat that it's not necessary for every aspirant to have experiences. Also, just because an aspirant is not having these kind of experiences, it should not be construed that that aspirant is not doing the meditation right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Uncle. Um, okay. I think the next question is also from her, Uncle.
Ah,
Yes, Uncle. So the next question again, Diana Patricia, she's
just a
asked.
minute, Pawan. I have a
Yep.
call. I need to
Sure,
take
Uncle.
this
Sure,
call.
Uncle. Sure, Uncle. Sure, Uncle. Go ahead.
Agarwal ji. Jai Gurudev. Sir, I'm actually in a call now. I am holding a Zoom conference. So I'll talk to you later.
Meanwhile, welcome to the new joiners.
పవన్,
Yes.
ఎవరికైనా మధ్యలో క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంటే, అంటే ఏదైనా మాట్లాడాలి అక్క చెప్పినప్పుడు ఆన్సర్స్ అంతా కంప్లీట్ అయినాక హ్యాండ్ రైజ్ చేయమని చెప్పండి. అంటే అందరినీ మ్యూట్ చేశాం కాబట్టి
Okay. I'll
వాళ్ళగా
do that.
చేసుకోవాలి.
Sure.
అదొకసారి
Yeah. Please, kind request, if you have any questions, like, while uncle was answering the answers, and if you have any questions, please raise your hand because you will be muted. We just wanted to keep you muted because just to avoid that, while answering the question, this has been recorded, so we save this recording for the future, so answer get recorded and been saved. So once the question has been answered, please raise your hand so that we'll unmute you, and then you can go ahead with the discussion with uncle. It's an interaction with the uncle will happen then. Please raise your hand. Request to raise your hand. Once you raise your hand, we'll unmute you. Okay. Thanks everyone. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Pawan.
that's a thumbs up from Girish. Thanks, Girish.
So
Okay,
we
uncle.
can go to the next question, Pawan.
Thank you, uncle. We'll go to the uncle. We'll go to the next question. And this again, the next question is from Diana Patricia. So she's again asking this question to uncle. Am I doing tapas because of number of hours I meditate, or does it necessarily have to be Guru who imposes this practice on me? So she's asking that is that number of hours I meditate that will declare it as a tapas, or does it necessarily have to be Guru who imposes this practice on me?
Okay, Pawan. So let me give the answer. Swamiji has clearly defined what is known as tapas. Okay. According to him, if a person meditates for at least 12 hours a day, being in the state of samadhi, and does it every day basis, okay, only then it is called tapas. Until then, it is dhyana, meditation only. Okay. So let me repeat that again because this has to be clear to a number of aspirants. Swamiji has clearly defined tapas as a state where the aspirant does the meditation remaining in the state of samadhi. Meaning if the aspirant is not in samadhi, then it's not tapas. Okay. And that samadhi state should be continuous for 12 hours every day, at least for 12 hours every day. Okay. Only then it is considered as tapas. Okay. Now, incidentally, I just want to make a little correction in the language that Diana has used. We don't call that imposition. Okay. It's not that the guru imposes the tapas on the aspirant or on the disciple. Okay. The guru initiates the disciple into tapas. Just like the guru initiates the disciple or the devotee into dhyan, into meditation, the guru also initiates a few of his devotees or disciples into tapas. Okay, so it is also called initiation. But let me again clarify here. Most of us have been initiated into dhyan, into meditation. So we know what initiation into meditation is. But only a few devotees of Swamiji have been initiated into tapas by Swamiji. Okay, and so far, none of them have disclosed what exactly that initiation is. What does it comprise of? What actually happens? We don't know that, okay? But we know that Swamiji initiated them into tapas. Only after the initiation, they start doing the tapas, okay? Now, the next point is, she asks if it is necessary or a must for a guru to initiate a devotee into tapas. That is, should she be initiated into tapas by a guru necessarily? That is the question from her, okay? Now, my answer is, I'm not really sure that it is necessary for a guru to initiate a disciple into tapas. Okay. We know that initiation into tapas can be done physically by the guru. Okay. Just like Swamiji has initiated his disciples. The first disciple that was initiated into tapas was a lady named Sringavraksham Swami. Her real name is Saraswati. She was given the name of Sringavraksham Swami because of the village that she belonged to. Okay. Then we have Pichaya. After that, we have Satya Shivabalayogi, or who is also called Kondangi Balayogi. Okay. Then we have Shivarama Yogi. Then we also have Swami Kena. His given name was Ken Parmort. Okay. He was also initiated into tapas by Swamiji in Bangalore itself, at the Bangalore ashram. Okay. Now the pictures that you are seeing here are that of a disciple of Swamiji called Kondangi Swami. His given name was Satyanarayana. So that's why he was given a name by Swamiji called Satya Shiva Balayogi. ఓకే ఇంకేమన్నా ఉన్నాయా బాలు వేరే శివరామయోగి కానీ లేకపోతే శృంగవృక్షం స్వామి ఫొటోస్ కానీ ఉన్నాయా బాలు
లేదంకల్ ఇది ఒకటే దొరికింది శృంగవృక్షం స్వామి దొరకలేదండి
అలాగే బాలు ఓకే
స్వామి కింద ఉంది అంకల్ చూపిస్తాను
అలాగే బాలు ఓకే సో దట్ ఈస్ one example I have given wherein physically the guru initiates his disciples into tapas. Okay. Then we also have the other case, which we all know, which is that of Swamiji himself being initiated by Lord Shiva. Okay. But in this case, Lord Shiva was not in a physical form. Okay. The person you see here with a cap and to the left of Swamiji is Ken Parmort, who later took the name of Swami Kenananda actually, okay, after completing tapas. Yeah, Balu, thanks. Okay, so to continue our discussion, when Satyaraju, which was Swamiji's name before he sat for tapas and he was given the name of Shri Shivabalayogi Maharaj, he was initiated by Lord Shiva, but Lord Shiva was not physically present there in front of Satyaraju to initiate him. It was only an astral form of Lord Shiva, which was in the form of a Jangama Devara. Okay, so in that form, Lord Shiva came and initiated Satyaraju into tapas. Okay, now we also know that there are other examples like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He was initiated into tapas. See, this is a photograph or actually a painting of Satyaraju being initiated into tapas by Lord Shiva, who actually appeared in the form of Jangama Devara. Okay. Now we say that Jangama Devara was actually an astral form. That form of Jangama Devara was only an astral form. It was not a physical form because the other boys who were with Swamiji, whom you see in the picture behind Satyaraju, none of them could see Lord Shiva. None of them could see the Jangama Devara. Okay. Only Satyaraju could see him. So that makes it clear that it was an astral form of Lord Shiva and not a physical form. If it were a physical form, all the others also could have seen him. Okay. Now, so I am trying to give you other examples of a guru initiating a shishya into tapas, okay, we know that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was initiated into tapas and given the experience of samadhi by a person named Totapuri. Okay? So Swamiji used to tell us that Totapuri was the guru of Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, I mean. Okay? We also know that sage Valmiki, the author of Ramayana, he was initiated into tapas by sage Narada, Narada Mahamuni. Okay? And Swamiji also told us that Jesus Christ was also initiated into tapas by sage Narada, Narada Mahamuni. Okay? So these are all examples of disciples who have been initiated by their guru into tapas. Either the guru being in a physical form or the guru being in an astral form. Okay? Now, but I mean, the question is it necessary for a guru to initiate the disciple into tapas? Okay? Now, I could think of two other examples. The first one is that of Arjuna. Okay? I mean, we all know, all of us who have read Mahabharata know that Arjuna performed tapas for 1 year. Okay? During their Vanavasa. They went for Vanavasa. They were sent to Vanavasa for 12 years. And the last year of that 12-year time, Arjuna had performed tapas for Lord Shiva and he was successful in the tapas. So Lord Shiva appeared in front of him, manifested in front of him, and Arjuna asked him a boon. He said, I want the Pashupatastra. So Lord Shiva gave him the Pashupatastra. So that clearly shows that the tapas was successful. Okay, he got what he wanted. He got a boon. But who was the guru of Arjuna? Who initiated him into tapas? No, generally it is said that Krishna is the guru of Arjuna. I understand that. I know that. But is it mentioned anywhere in the Mahabharata that Lord Krishna initiated Arjuna into tapas? That 1 year tapas? I don't know that. Okay. Now, there is another example which came to my mind because Diana asked this question. That is of Gautama Buddha, whose name was actually Siddharth. We know that he performed tapas. Swamiji told us that he performed tapas for 5 years. And we know he was also successful because only then he became Gautama Buddha. Okay? Now, who initiated him into tapas? I don't know that. Probably it's been erased from the records or from history. I mean, I don't mean written history, but like we have Ramayana, Mahabharata, and all the Puranas and the Itihasas, I think that information is not available in Buddha's story. Or it is being covered up. They don't want to, accept that somebody else was a guru of Buddha, so somebody else was greater than Buddha. They don't want to accept that. That is my understanding. Okay. So those are the two examples I could think of wherein we don't know whether a guru initiated them into tapas, but they performed and succeeded in their tapas. Arjuna and Buddha. Okay. So finally, we know that a lot of people, I mean, in the Itihasas, okay, in the Puranas, they have been initiated into tapas by a guru. Okay. Now, is a guru necessary? I don't know. Can a person do the tapas by himself without being initiated into tapas by a guru? I don't know about that. Okay. So if a person sits by himself and performs meditation in the state of samadhi for 12 hours a day, every day, does it become tapas without being initiated? I don't know the answer to that question. Okay, Pawan? Yeah.
Thank you,
So let's
Uncle.
go to
Thank you
the
so much. Yes,
next
Uncle.
question. Yeah.
Yes, Uncle. Uncle, the next question is from Vijay Lakshmi, Uncle.
No, wait a minute.
Yes,
You
Uncle.
missed a question in between.
Uh,
Q3 from Diana.
Uncle, give me a second, Uncle. What I have from Q3. Ah, mm, give me some.
You asked me Q2 now.
Yes,
So you
Uncle.
need
I
to ask
don't
me
know.
Q3 now. Okay.
I'll just. Okay, Uncle. Um, um, Uncle, may I request you to please post this Q3 to me, Uncle? If you,
Or no, just let us go ahead and I myself will ask the question.
okay,
Okay.
Uncle. Okay.
But you have all the rest of the questions, right?
I
From
do
Q2
have,
up to
Uncle.
Q9.
No, I do have, and I've copied it from our
WhatsApp group, right?
Satsang group, Uncle. Yes, Uncle.
Okay.
And there, the Q3 is from Vijay Lakshmi. So maybe somewhere it
I
has
see.
gone
Okay.
missed.
So there is a mistake then. No,
Yes,
now
Uncle.
do you have Q3 with you?
Q3s. I mean, if I've just copied. I mean, from WhatsApp, which Q3 says as Vijay Lakshmi's question, Uncle. I don't have
Okay.
that question. Maybe if it is
So
not from
what's
that
the
group.
question? What is
Uh,
Q3 in
that
your list?
that is from Vijay Lakshmi. That is, she's asking about the diet that includes the animal protein.
No, that is from Diana herself.
Oh, okay. So that is named
So
and
yeah,
okay.
so
Okay.
go
So
ahead and ask that question.
okay, Uncle. Okay, Uncle. So maybe the name. Okay, it is written. I've copied. Okay. Again, the third question is from Diana Patricia. She's asking, what are the implications of a diet that includes animal protein for the practice of meditation or tapas? Okay. So she's asking about the implications of a diet that includes animal protein for the practice of meditation or tapas.
Okay, Pawan, thanks. So
Thank you,
let
Uncle.
me
It's
give the
my wrong,
answer.
Uncle. Actually, I have,
Okay.
when I copy paste, yes,
Yeah.
thanks, Uncle.
So Diana wants to know if there are any implications of having animal protein, what we call here as non-veg food. So if will that have any implications on the practice of meditation or tapas? This is her question. This is her third question. And the final question from her. Okay. So my answer is Swamiji had made it very clear that there are no restrictions regarding food so far as meditation is concerned. Okay. The kind of meditation that Swamiji teaches us, and into that, we all have been initiated into that meditation. After the meditation, after the initiation, we are given instructions, a sheet of paper where do's and don'ts are there listed out. Okay. So in that, it is clearly mentioned that you don't have to change your diet. You can continue to take the food that you have been taking so far. Okay. Now, these instructions are approved by Swamiji. Okay. Right in the beginning. I mean, since I came to Swamiji, I have been seeing these instructions and I have read out these instructions in the presence of Swamiji at programs, and he knows that these instructions are there. So these are instructions given by Swamiji himself, and that is what we circulate to all the people who are initiated. Okay. So in that itself, it is clearly mentioned that the aspirants, those who have been initiated into meditation, need not change their diet. They can continue to take whatever food they have been taking until the initiation. Okay. But when it comes to tapas, I'm not sure. Okay. Because I have not read any such instructions, or I have not read anything like that from Swamiji. Okay. People may have certain beliefs and all that, but we are not interested in discussing those beliefs or shastras or anything like that. We are interested in what Swamiji told us, what we learned from Swamiji. Okay. So as regards tapas, just now we learned that tapas means sitting in meditation for 12 hours at least every day and in the state of samadhi, right? So that being the case, what I know is that people who are doing the tapas, they restrict their diet to just fruit and milk, cow's milk. Okay. This is what I know. Okay. See, this is because they cannot have uh, regular heavy meals like we do, because they are sitting without movement for 12 hours a day. Okay. So naturally the digestion comes down, right? You won't be able to digest as much food as you normally can. Okay. So that is one of the reasons they reduce their diet and they take liquid diet, which is milk, and also they take fruit, which is easy to digest. Okay. Now,
Hello.
yeah, this is the answer, Pawan.
Thanks, Uncle. Uncle, meanwhile, we have a question from
Yeah,
the YouTube. This
yeah,
is from Phil K.
yeah,
He's from California,
huh,
and he this question is slightly answered in the last session, it seems, but it has been slightly answered. So he's saying that we might have missed this. So he's asking, nearby California, he lives in somewhere in southern California, so in the
yeah,
city of Irvine. So is there
huh.
somebody who can initiate him into the meditation there nearby?
No, there are a couple of people in the US I know who initiate new aspirants, Pawan. Okay, so he sent a message to Balakrishna,
Okay.
and I asked Balakrishna to forward that message to me. Okay, or if it is in the YouTube, you can forward that. But we require his number, right, to be able to communicate to him, or we can answer on YouTube if his comment or question is on the YouTube, right? So
Okay.
I will have to check with those devotees in the US whether they are willing to give the initiation now. Are they continuing to give the initiation? If yes, I can inform him. And I am not aware of Swami Kena's program. If Swami Kena is there in the US and if he is free, probably he can also initiate new aspirants into Swamiji's dhyan meditation. Okay, Pawan? Yeah,
Thank you, Uncle. I have already messaged him to provide his contact number so that we can coordinate easily.
yeah,
That's fine. Thank you, Uncle. Thanks for answering that. And then with this, we'll move to the fourth question.
yeah,
I think this is from Vijayaka.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. Thanks, Uncle. So Vijayaka is asking. Vijay is from Bangalore, and she is asking this question to Jagdish Uncle. Are comforts and convenience are required medical support to be avoided during tapas? When she's asking, are comforts, convenience, and required medical support to be avoided during tapas? So these all three needed to be avoided during tapas? So that's her question, Uncle. Uncle, just for ease of reading to everybody, can I paste this question in the chat, Uncle, so everybody can read that question?
Yeah, it's there in the chat,
Okay, Uncle. Okay.
Pawan. I have already
A
posted all
chat
the
in the sense
questions.
the new Zoom chat, Uncle, here in
Okay,
Zoom.
okay. So no, you can do that. You should do that. It'll
Okay,
be
Uncle.
good because people can read the question there.
Okay, Uncle.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, but after that, there is a paragraph which I titled as explanation. Okay.
Okay,
So
Uncle.
this tells us why Vijaya is asking this question. What has led Vijaya to ask this question? So can you please read that as it is from the WhatsApp?
Yes, give me a second, Uncle. Again, I'm going to
Yeah.
WhatsApp. Um, okay, I'm going to your question list, Uncle. Is it from the question? Are the comforts if?
No, Vijaya
Mm,
has sent it to you.
okay, Uncle. Okay, okay, Uncle. I'll get that. I got it.
Yeah. So you have to
question
read
4.
the explanation of
Explanation.
Q4.
Yes, uncle. I'm doing it, uncle. Thank you. So, Vijay, again, I'm just repeating the question, and then read the explanation. So, are comforts, convenience, and required medical support to be avoided during tapas? So, she's asking the question whether we need to avoid all these three while we are doing the tapas. So, and then she's explains also why she has what leads her this to question. When Swamiji began his tapas, the conditions were very unfavorable for tapas. Like his village folks doubted him, mistreated him. He did not have proper shelter or place to do tapas without disturbance. No proper medical facility was available. People did not know what diet to provide for him, nor could they afford it. There were no physicians or physiotherapists. Overall, he meditated in extremely unfavorable conditions. So had the above facilities, tapas could have been much easier. Only thing that could be challenging is to keep the mind under control and keeping it introverted. So if today one of us is
So Pavan, we'll come to that part of the question later on.
Okay, uncle.
As I
Okay.
told you, yeah.
Okay,
So
uncle.
let me answer this question,
Sure, uncle.
and
Sure,
then we
uncle.
can come to that question.
Sure,
Okay?
uncle. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, Vijaya is not here. So her question basically is whether Satyaraju intentionally deprived himself of the comforts and convenience that we normally expect. Okay, Vijaya. So would you like to ask? Or no, I'm just trying to summarize the same question in a different way. So her question is, did Satyaraju intentionally deny himself of these comforts and convenience? Okay. Or was it not given to him because tapas has to be done only that way? Meaning, while doing tapas, you are not supposed to avail these comforts or convenience. Okay. That's our question. Is that the reason he was not given the comforts? Okay. So my answer is no, basically, but I am trying to explain my answer and how and why I came to that conclusion. Okay. So I am saying that no, you can have all the comforts that you need and the convenience that you need, including medical attention whenever it is required. That doesn't come in the way of tapas at all. Okay. It was just unfortunate that Satyaraju did not have these comforts and convenience when he was initiated into tapas. Okay. Now, on what basis am I saying this? On what basis am I saying that during tapas you can eat normally, have normal nutrition? On what basis am I saying this? Okay. I am saying this on the basis of the 1 year tapas that Swamiji performed from 7th of August 1968 to 7th of August 1969. He performed it at the old ashram in Bangalore. Okay. So that means he was sitting inside a room comfortably, not exposed to the sun or not exposed to the wind or the cold. He was inside a room. Okay. And the rest of it should be evident from the photographs that we have of Swamiji when he came out of tapas on the 7th of August 1969. Balu, if you can just show the photos, Balu. Photos or the videos, Balu, whichever way. See, this is the picture of Swamiji when he completed the 1 year tapas on the 7th of August 1969 and came out of that room. This is taken at that instant when he came out of the room. Okay. Now, I would like to ask Vijaya particularly, and all of you in general, in this video, does Swamiji look emaciated? Has he become thin, and do you think he has been fasting and he has not been having any nutrition? It is very clear, right, that he got all the nutrition that he required. Okay. Now, see, in this case, I don't have information as to what exactly Swamiji ate, when did he eat it. I don't have that information. But from the photographs that we have seen, which were taken immediately after the tapas, and the videos, we know that he doesn't look like a person who has been fasting or starving for 1 year. Okay. So it means he has had the nutrition that was required during that time. Okay. I just want to make one more interesting point here. As I have explained earlier, Swamiji defined tapas as at least 12 hours a day of meditation in the state of samadhi continuously every day. Okay. Now we know that the last 4 years of the 12-year tapas that Swamiji has performed, he was doing exactly that. He remained in samadhi for 12 hours a day. Okay. The rest of the time he used to spend with devotees, blessing vibhuti for them, talking to them, guiding them. Okay. He used to do all these activities, meaning he was giving darshan to devotees during the rest of the day. Okay. So from morning 4 o'clock until evening 4 o'clock, early morning 4 o'clock until evening 4 o'clock, he used to remain in tapas every day. Okay. And he did this for 4 years, except for a few days at the end. Okay. I think about a month at the end, where he remained continuously in Nirvikalpa Samadhi for 1 month. Okay. But what I find is that during the 1 year tapas that he performed at the Bangalore ashram, old ashram in Bangalore, from 1968 to 1969, he did not give darshan. He remained inside the room. The room was locked from outside. Okay, he did not come out. He did not give darshan. Although devotees used to gather there every Sunday and perform bhajans. Okay, all that was going on. The rest of the programs in the ashram were going on, but Swamiji did not give darshan. Now, I don't know the reason for this. Why did he give darshan before 1961, from 1957 to 1961, although he was in tapas? Why did he not give darshan from 1968 to 1969, again when he was in tapas? I don't know the reason for that. Probably he got instructions from his guru to do it that way, That is, he was told not to come out of the room and not to give darshan during the 1 year tapas. Okay, Vijay? Now, I hope that is clear. Okay, now, I have another example to answer Vijaya's question and to say that no, a person need not be deprived of or need not deprive himself or herself of nutrition and other comforts and convenience if he or she is doing tapas. This is my answer. And how am I justifying it? Here is my second justification. Okay. I was at the Bangalore ashram when Swami Kena was initiated into tapas. I think this happened in 1990. It happened, I think, in 1990, the year 1990. Okay. Swamiji came back from USA, then he went to UK, then to Italy, and from Italy he came here. Okay. Or maybe he went back to UK and came to Bangalore. So on that trip, Ken Parmarth, that is the name of Swami Kena. He has now become Swami Kena. So he accompanied Swamiji to Bangalore. And I am told that he requested Swamiji to initiate him, that is, to be initiated into tapas. Swamiji agreed, and that is the reason he came to Bangalore. Okay. So after he arrived in Bangalore, a few days after that, he was given a room. in the Bangalore ashram, in the new Bangalore ashram, Vijaya, where you are staying, not in that room, but in the room where I think Kamala Naiki is staying now. So that room was given to Ken Parmot. Okay. And only he was staying in that room. Okay. Normally in those days, what used to happen was in every room, 3, 4, 5 people, 6, 8 people used to stay in one room because we had very few rooms. Okay. Now these are large rooms, but because Swami Kena was initiated into tapas and he was to perform tapas, he was given a room all by himself. Okay. He stayed in that room. That room had an attached bathroom and the toilet, so he could use them. The room also had a cot and a mattress, so he was using them. See, that's a comfort, right? That's convenience, right? Not only that, a volunteer devotee who was living at the ashram, his name was Parandhamaya. He is no more now. That's why I'm saying was. So he was assigned the duty of carrying the 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner to Swami Kena or to Ken Parmot in those days, okay? So his instructions were, he would take the food in a plate, okay? And then he would carry the plate. I mean, see, again, this was against the normal rules of the ashram, okay? The normal rules of the ashram were that everyone has to come to the dining hall to have a meal. Nobody is allowed to carry food from the kitchen or the dining hall to their rooms. Okay? Everyone, all resident devotees have to come to the dining hall. Also, all visiting devotees had to come to the dining hall to take part of the meals, to partake of the meal. Sorry. Okay. Now, but Ken was given special treatment that Parandhamaya would carry the breakfast, lunch, and dinner to his room. But you see, you note the important point here. He is not supposed to knock on the door of the room. Okay. He is not supposed to disturb Ken Parmot. He is supposed to just leave the plate of food and a glass of water at the entrance to the room. And he has to come back. Okay. So he would do this breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay. Now, so let us say, as an example, he takes lunch to Swami Ken's room actually, and then he finds that the breakfast has not been consumed. Okay. That plate that he has uh, taken to his room in the morning is still there, uneaten. Okay. It's still lying there. So he's not supposed to say anything or do anything else. Simply keep the lunch there and bring back the breakfast to the kitchen. That's all. I don't know what they did with that. Whether somebody else consumed it or whether it was discarded, I'm not aware of that. But the point I'm trying to make is the meals were provided to Ken in his room, and he was free to take the meals at his convenience. He can take it whenever he wants it. If he doesn't want it, he need not take it. If he wants it, he can take it whenever it comes to him or later on if he's in tapas during that time. Okay, so this was given to him. This facility was given to him, and this convenience was also given to him, right? Now, the other thing, that is, he was asked to remain in the room. Ken was asked to remain in the room and not meet or see anybody else. He was not supposed to talk to any of the other devotees in the ashram or any visitors or anybody. Okay, he has to keep himself isolated and not meet any of the devotees or anyone else, not just the devotees. He is not supposed to meet anybody at all. But in case he feels like doing a little bit of exercise to keep his body fit, okay, he is free to come out of the room, but only during the night when all the other inmates of the ashram have gone to sleep. So that he doesn't meet any of them, he doesn't talk to any of them, he doesn't even see any of them. Okay? So these are all rules that Swamiji prescribed for his tapas. Because he said he wanted to do tapas, Swamiji initiated him into tapas, and Swamiji prescribed all these rules for him. Okay? And inside the ashram compound, there is a road. There was a road even in those days. Okay? Not as much as it is there now, but in those days also we had a couple of roads, So he could walk on those roads only during the night. But he is not supposed to leave the ashram. He is not supposed to go out of the ashram. He should stay in the ashram all the time when he is doing the tapas. Okay, Vijay? So that should answer your question about the diet, about the comfort and the convenience and all that. And it should also clarify to you what are the restrictions. Okay? You are not supposed to meet anybody. You are supposed to be in isolation, total isolation. Okay? Don't talk to anyone. Don't meet anyone. Okay? Now, I think this is because the mind has to be kept free of any influence. Somebody comes and talks to you, your mind gets disturbed. So that should not happen to the person who is undergoing the tapas. Okay, so this was the restriction that was put. Besides that, he was given all the kind of comforts that a normal human being would have. I don't say it is luxury, but you asked about comfort and convenience. Definitely that was provided. Okay. Now, the other thing that you talked about is the medical help. Okay. To my knowledge, Ken did not require any medical help while he was in the Bangalore ashram doing the tapas. Okay. There's just another point, just for the interest of devotees, I am disclosing this. The other thing that Swamiji told him was that in case he needed anything, in case he wanted to talk to Swamiji, he was supposed to tell Parandhamaya that he wants such and such a thing, or he wants to talk to Swamiji, and Parandhamaya will convey it to the others. Understand? He is not supposed to come out and meet Swamiji and tell him what he wants. No. He is supposed to tell Parandhamaya. Ken is supposed to tell Parandhamaya. Parandhamaya will somehow convey it to Swamiji or to the others in the office or whoever will provide those needs to Ken. Okay? So this was the system that was put in place to support Ken during his tapas. Okay? Vijaya,
Thank you.
I think that is clear. Now,
There is
just
small
to,
part left, Uncle. Yeah.
no, what is it, Pawan?
Uncle, again, just a small part. Again, that is the kind. If today one of us is chosen to do tapas by
No,
Swamiji.
I have not come to that yet.
Okay, Uncle.
I
Okay.
have not completed yet. Okay. See, because of what Vijaya has asked, I wanted to tell the devotee, I mean her, as well as the other devotees also, about a different kind of tapas. Okay. Now, all that I told you until now, all that Swamiji had done, and all that Swamiji made Ken and other tapasvi disciples do, is called Dhyana Yoga. And in this Dhyana Yoga, you don't deprive yourself of any comforts or convenience. Okay? Whatever comforts and convenience are available, you utilize them. Understand? And you may even create the environment. You want isolation? You can create isolation for yourself if you want to do tapas. Okay? Like that. But there is another kind of tapas. That is also called tapas. That is also called yoga. But that is what is called Hatha Yoga. Okay? Now, there in that system of yoga, you deprive yourself of comforts. Okay. Now, I would like to give you two examples of the Hatha Yoga that I know. There could be many. I mean, there are so many Hatha Yogas, but yogis, sorry. There are so many Hatha Yogis, but I don't know about all of them. Swamiji used to say that even Shirdi Sai Baba was a Hatha Yogi. Okay. Now, the examples that I know of are, the first one is of Parvati Devi. Okay. I am talking about the tapas that she performed. Okay. Now, she wanted to marry Lord Shiva. Okay. And Lord Shiva first did not agree to marry her. So to please him and to get married to him, she did a kind of tapas. Okay. The first part that I know, I mean, see, this is from a scripture called Kumara Sambhavam, which was written, I think, by Kalidasa. Okay. And I studied this in my intermediate, junior college or PUC. Okay. So that's how I know a little more about this, but it is commonly known to many Indians. Okay. Now, it seems Parvati Devi, she did not eat anything at all. No food. She didn't take any food. For some time, she ate only one leaf per day. Okay. And after that, she left eating even that. So that is why she got the name of Aparna. Parna is leaf. Okay. Aparna is not even a leaf. She did not even have a leaf for some time, okay, during the tapas. That is why she got the name of Aparna. Okay, now the next kind of tapas that she did, again, subjecting your physical body to difficulties, depriving it of comforts, okay? This is there in Hatha Yoga, not in Dhyana Yoga. So let me talk about the other example, the other kind of tapas that Parvati Devi had done to marry Lord Shiva. Okay? Now this is called Panchagni tapas. That is, Pancha is 5, Agni is fire, Panchagni tapas. Meaning this is a tapas of 5 fires. Okay? Now this is done. Now, see, the same tapas, the same Panchagni tapas was also done by Tapasviji Maharaj. And it is described very clearly in his book, which is titled Maharaj. Okay. So if you read that book, you will come to know that the Panchagni tapas involves sitting in meditation outdoors during the summer, that is in the hot sun, from sunrise to sunset. So you have to remain seated right from sunrise to sunset, outside, outdoors, in the sun, during the summer, and then 4 fires are kept burning around you. Okay? So these fires are fed with fuel, that is firewood. Okay? So the devotees or the volunteers or whoever is helping them do the tapas, they will be around and they will make sure that the fire is burning continuously right from sunrise to sunset every day while this person is sitting in the middle. Okay. So the 4 fires on 4 sides, those are the 4 fires. The 5th fire is the sun above. Okay. So because it is done with these 5 fires, this is called the Panchagni tapas. Okay. So Parvati Devi did this tapas to marry Lord Shiva. Then Tapasviji Maharaj also did this tapas. Okay, that's how I know that. Now, this is the tapas. This is the kind of tapas where the aspirant or the person who is performing the tapas deliberately, intentionally brings upon the suffering on his physical body. Okay. Now, I don't know what's the theory behind that. I don't know how it works, why it works. Okay. I am a disciple of a Dhyana Yogi. So I know a little more about Dhyana Yoga than Hatha Yoga. Okay. Now, Vijaya, is that clear, Vijaya?
Um,
Yeah. So,
yeah.
any questions so far? Pawan?
No, uncle. Nobody has
Yeah.
anybody you want to have any further discussion on this? We can be
Yeah, you can go
interactive.
to,
Yeah. If not, then I'll just take the second part of it, uncle, which is left.
yeah.
Give me a second. I'm just going to it. So the second part of it says, if today one of us is chosen to do tapas by Swamiji and provided all comforts and convenience, taking care of the above, is there a possibility that tapas would be an easy thing to do?
Yeah, Vijaya. That's a good question. And there is a reason I am laughing, okay? How many devotees have been initiated into dhyan, meditation by Swamiji so far? I know that even before Swamiji took Mahasamadhi, probably this was in the years 86 or 87. So that is when he declared that he had initiated 10 million people into meditation. Okay. So now the number should be a little more than that, at least 11 million. Okay. Now, can I ask you how many of them have practiced meditation for 1 hour daily without fail? And was the reason the non-availability of comforts and convenience, the non-availability of medical facilities? Okay. It's clear right now, those are not the reasons people don't do meditation. They have all that. Many of us have all that. Most of us have all the conveniences that we require for a normal life, right? No, we have our troubles. I'm not saying no. We have problems with our time. But Swamiji used to tell us, all that I am asking you for is 1 hour out of the 24 hours in a day. That's all. The rest of the 23 hours, you can do whatever you like. You want to play, you want to cook, you want to sleep, you want to watch TV, you can do whatever you like. 23 hours a day out of the 24, right? Only for 1 hour, I am asking you to meditate. How many of them had done it? You know the answer, right? So that being the case, I don't think these inconveniences, as you put, or discomforts, as you put, are the main reason for devotees not doing meditation or not doing tapas also. Okay. So just because these comforts are provided, will it be easy? So I am saying that the main difficulty is not the lack of comforts. The main difficulty is something else, as you yourself pointed out in the earlier part of your question. The only challenge is to keep your mind focused. Okay. Now that is what people are unable to do. Clear? Okay. Now, having said that, there are a couple of points I want to make. The first thing is, again, this is an answer that was given by Swamiji to one of the questions asked by a devotee. I don't remember the exact question, but Swamiji told that devotee that those who are doing tapas, they don't consider these things, the discomfort and the inconvenience that you talked about, or even the difficulties, all the difficulties that people gave him, that animals gave him, snakes bit him, rats bit him. The person who is doing the tapas, Swamiji told us, he doesn't take them as difficulties or inconvenience or discomfort. He considers them as tests from God. You understand? Let me give you an example, right? I mean, we are doing a course, right? An MBBS course or an engineering course or even 10th class, 12th class. We have to undergo a number of tests, right? And we go through them. I mean, we prepare ourselves for them, we face them, we go to the examination hall, we write the examination, and we come out, right? So that is the attitude with which the person who is doing the tapas, he looks at these difficulties. Okay? What Swamiji said was, if that guy considers these as difficulties, he will not be able to do tapas. He was very clear about that. Okay? Then he gave another answer also, which also applies to the same question. He said, if a person is to do tapas, the environment that is required for his tapas will get automatically created. Okay? I don't know whether you will agree with this or you will have a lot of questions about this. So let the questions come, we'll discuss that. Okay? Okay, Vijaya. Thanks for asking the questions.
Thank you, Akka. That was a great question, actually. Thanks, Uncle, for your nectar answer. Can we move to the next one, Uncle?
Yeah, Pawan. We can.
Okay. Please raise. Yeah.
Are there any other questions or any points that people want to make?
Yes. That's what I was just trying to announce. Like, if anybody have any questions, let this be an interactive session. You can raise your hands. Yep. Please go ahead and raise your hands. We'll unmute and then we can, Uncle can answer those. Okay. Then. Thanks, everyone. So let's, if with your permission, can I go ahead with the other question
Yeah,
from,
Pawan.
again, this question is from Vijayaka. So this is the fifth question. Vijayaka is asking, what is the truth? Is it as thought in Advaita philosophy or in Dvaita philosophy? So she has given an explanation also. So let me read that explanation why this question is leading her. So the explanation what she is given is Sri Shankaracharya was a teacher of Advaita philosophy. Advaita philosophy teaches that there is none other than Supreme Soul, also called as Brahman or pure consciousness. And the individual soul is all jivas, is the same as the Supreme Soul. But other dualistic philosophies believe that the individual soul is different from the Supreme Soul. Swamiji had said, know truth through meditation, then you will know who you are, your religion, your purpose in life, and your nature. He wants us to do meditation and know the truth. But I would like to know what the truth is according to Swamiji. Did Swamiji believe that the individual souls are different from the Supreme Soul?
Okay. Okay, Pawan. Thanks, Pawan. Thanks for asking the question and the explanation also. Vijaya, if you are listening, then, fortunately, a devotee in the US, he asked the exact same question of Swamiji. And the answer is there in Tom's new book. I tried to find it in Tom's old book, which is Swamiji's Treasure. I mean, he has written many books, but I'm referring to Swamiji's Treasure. So I could not find this question and answer in that book. Okay. So it is only there in the new book, which is called The Life of Shivabalayogi, Self-Realization in the Modern Era. That is the title of the book. So in that book, I think it's on page 407. Those of you who have the book can refer to it. The question, I'm actually reading out the text of the question and the answer that Swamiji gave. Vijay, I would like you to now listen to this carefully. Swamiji, we are taught that there is only one Atma. We all are part of that Atma. Could you comment on the meaning of Atma and how we distinguish between the limited physical body of the personality and the universal oneness of all life? So this was the question that the devotee asked. So the main part of your question is also this, right? Okay. Swamiji's answer. Of course, this is as it was interpreted by the devotee who was interpreting for Swamiji. Please note the words and now listen to them carefully, okay? Swamiji's answer. Well, everything is one. I repeat that. Well, everything is one. But God is there. God, who is superior to all of us, He does exist. He does exist, and all the Atmas, souls, are different. You really realize what that Atma is, that spirit in you. And you will also realize the difference between this spirit and the existence of God. Is Vijaya there? Is she listening?
Yes or no, I'm listening, but couldn't understand.
Okay, so let me repeat again Swamiji's answer. So listen carefully. I'll also send it to you by WhatsApp, Vijaya. Okay? Swamiji's answer, as interpreted in English. Well, everything is one, but God is there. God, who is superior to all of us, He does exist. He does exist, and all the Atmas, souls, are different. You really realize what that Atma is, that spirit in you. And you will also realize the difference between this spirit and the existence of God. This time, could you understand something more? I will send this question and answer of the devotee and the Swamiji on the group, so everyone can read that and see. Balu, unmute ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ವಿಜಯನ?
ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂಕಲ್.
Okay.
Yeah, Anna, what?
ಹಾ.
Yeah, little bit I understood, but
ಹಾ.
from what he is telling, still it is not. Uh, See, one thing he is saying is that all jivas are different.
ಹಾ.
That
See,
much
that's very clear, right?
that is very clear. He is saying that
The
every
jivas are
jiva is
different from
separate.
God. He is
God.
very clear about that.
So, and then later on, what he's saying is that once you realize what you are, you also realize that God is different, something he's saying.
No, you realize the existence of God and you realize what is called as Atma also.
Acha.
Right? Yeah.
But that is like not, my answer is not there in this, I think.
Sorry?
I mean, he is saying all are separate, that is there. But it could also mean that even though we are separate, we are all same. The second part could
That's right.
include.
Yeah, Vijaya. No, not only that. See, the first part of the answer itself. Well, everything is one. What did he mean by that? Is he saying it is Advaita?
It sounds like that first sentence.
But then the next sentence is totally different, right?
Yeah, Advaita. Then third sentence again Advaita.
See, but this is Swamiji's answer, okay? Because you wanted to know what the truth is, I have to give you this answer, okay? But let me tell you a little bit of, because you brought up this question, I would like to discuss a couple of points. Okay, I do know, I mean, I cannot say no, I do understand what Advaita is to some extent, okay? I have watched and listened to a lot of videos by Swami Sarvapriyananda of the Ramakrishna Mission, right? Uh, I think he is the current president of the Vedanta Society of uh, New York. Okay. And there are beautiful videos uh, from him regarding Advaita. Okay. And I have watched several of them over the last 3-4 years. Okay. So I understand what people say Advaita is. Okay. Now, the other point I want to tell you is it's not just this answer from Swamiji. Okay. Several times the concept of Aham Brahmasmi was brought up in Swamiji's presence, and he would not agree to that. He said, no, it is wrong to say Aham Brahmasmi. There is a slight grammatical mistake. He used to say Aham Brahmasya. He used to say it is wrong to say Aham Brahmasya. Sanskrit grammar wise, it is wrong. It should be Aham Brahmasmi. Okay. But that theory, Swamiji used to say, is not correct. And he actually told us that because Adi Shankara, who coined the term Advaita. So let me make that clear to you. I mean, I had been in another group. I don't know if you were in that group too. Sanjay had started that group. It had a good name, Pearls of Wisdom. Okay. Were you there in that group, Vijay? Okay. So in that group, there was a friend of Sanjay who was a very staunch believer of Advaita. Okay. So from him, we learned a lot about Advaita. And this was one thing he told me. He answered my question and he told me that the term Advaita was coined by Adi Shankaracharya. Okay. Now, but Swamiji would not agree to that. And Swamiji would say, because Adi Shankara used to preach Aham Brahmasmi, he was slapped by Lord Shiva. I think many of us know that story, right? Where Adi Shankara has had a bath in the river Ganges, and as he was coming out, his devotees who were going in front of him, they tried to shoo away a Chandala. Who is a Chandala? A Chandala is a person, I mean, Chandala is a caste actually. So his duty or his work, his job is to skin the dead animals in the village, cattle, sheep, goat, and all that. So if an animal dies, then it is his duty to come and skin that and then dry the skin and use it to make slippers or whatever we need with leather. So he is a person who deals with leather. Such a person is called Chandala. So generally he is considered to be very unclean, untidy and all that. Okay. So Lord Shiva came in that form in front of him and his devotees tried to shoo him away. Meaning our master is coming up from the river. He has just had a bath. So don't stand in the way and then block his way and then make him impure by your presence. So please move away from here. Okay, then the Chandala asked them, should I move my body away from here? Or should I move my Atma away from here? Okay. So when Adi Shankara heard this response from the Chandala, he realized that he is not an ordinary Chandala. And then he prostrated at his feet and begged him for forgiveness. Okay. So this is what actually happened, and this is what the story that we have read. But Swamiji used the word in Telugu, which is called lampakaya, meaning a slap on the cheek. Okay. So Swamiji told us that Lord Shiva slapped Adi Shankara because he was propagating the theory of Aham Brahmasmi. Okay. Now, some people explain that, it was only after that Adi Shankaracharya modified it by adding another phrase to that, saying Aham Brahmasmi Tattvam Masi, meaning I am Brahma, but you are also that. Okay, so some people argue that this extension of the what should I say, the caption, it came after this incident with the Chandala. Okay, so Swamiji was never for that. Okay, now I'll give you another example. This is not from Swamiji, but this is from Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Okay, I read a couple of books about him that his devotees have written, and it is now clear to me that he supported all the theologies that were there, prevalent during his days. And he lived in Calcutta, right? So Calcutta was the main center of all these philosophists, if I can call them that. Okay. The Brahmo Samaj was there. Okay. I mean, I'm not very clear about what their theory is, but they were against idol worship. And Ramakrishna used to do idol worship, right? Kalika Devi, he used to treat her as his mother, as his god, right? So, in a way, he was not following what the Brahmo Samaj was preaching. But a number of people from Brahmo Samaj used to come to him, and they were his disciples, or they used to come and visit him and talk to him and have his darshan and all that. Actually speaking, I mean, the truth is, Narendranath, who later became Swami Vivekananda, he was originally from the Brahmo Samaj. But he became a devotee and disciple of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Okay? Now, so what I learned from these books is that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa did not criticize, or I don't know whether criticize is the right word. He used to say that all religions are correct, all theories are correct. So he would say Advaita is correct, he would say Dvaita is also correct. And he would practice Christianity, he would also practice Islam. Okay? Now, how can one person do all of this and at the same time worship Kali and be such a great devotee of Kali? Just a minute, give me a gap and I'll just come and close the discussion. So I know that Swami Vivekananda used to preach Advaita very strongly, okay? But that should not make us assume that Ramakrishna was also an Advaitist. What I learned is he was not. He used to support all of them and he never criticized any of them, okay? Now, I mean, I can explain this only with an example, okay? I mean, I don't know the clear example, right? I don't know what the truth is, but I can give you an example by which it will give you some clarity, that's all, Okay. Now, how come a Jnani like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa say that both Advaita and Dvaita are correct? Say that both Islam and our Sanatana Dharma is correct, as well as Christianity is also correct. And he practiced them and he was successful in all of them, right? Not just in any one of them. Now, how could he do that? My answer to that is that the person who knows the truth, the reality, only he can agree with everybody. I'll give you an example, okay? I won't take long. We all know the story of the elephant and the blind people who tried to understand what an elephant is, right? So each one gave a different idea of what an elephant is. Somebody who touched its back, or the side of it, they said elephant is like a wall. Somebody who touched its trunk, they said it's like a pipe. Another blind man who touched its legs and felt the legs said elephant is like a pillar. Okay. You know the story. I don't have to repeat that whole story. But the point I'm trying to make is a guy who can see, with normal eyesight like us, only he will say that each of these blind men who are disagreeing with each other, they're all correct. Okay? So if we can see what the truth is, what the reality is, then we will know that both Advaita and Dvaita are also correct. Okay? So this is what I am suggesting to you all. Okay? Thank you very much. I think it's time. It's 8:30 now. So if you have any questions, then I would like to take them on WhatsApp. I mean, regarding what we have discussed today. I'm sorry, there are a few more questions which I wanted to take up, but we don't have the time now. So we'll try to take them up in other sessions.
Thank you, Uncle. Thank you so much. Jai Shivabalayogi Maharaj ki. So,
Jai.
Jai. So we can conclude this session. Thanks, Uncle, for nectarful answers. And then the great questions again from Diana and Akka as well. So it was an excellent session. We'll keep going. Thanks a lot. So anybody wants to speak anything before we close the session? Okay. Okay, then.
Hi, hi. Hi, Uncle. This is Shiva.
Yeah, Shiva?
Hello. Yeah. So, I have a small question, Uncle. Can I ask in Telugu?
Yeah.
So, what the thing here? ఇప్పుడు ఆల్రెడీ నేను జ్ఞాన దీక్ష తీసుకున్నాను అంకుల్. మన ఆదివారపేట ఆశ్రమంలో తీసుకున్నా, బెంగళూరు ఆశ్రమం, హైదరాబాద్ ఆశ్రమంలో కూడా తీసుకున్నా. సో ఇప్పుడు నేను ఎవరికైనా ధ్యాన దీక్ష ఇవ్వచ్చా ఆర్ గురుపే ఇవ్వాలా?
ఓకే శివ, అర్థమైంది నీ క్వశ్చన్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు ధ్యానం తీసుకున్నావు కాబట్టి, నువ్వు ధ్యాన సాధన చేస్తున్నావు కాబట్టి, నువ్వు ఇంకొకళ్ళకి ధ్యానం ఇవ్వచ్చా అని అడుగుతున్నావు, అవునా?
అదే క్వశ్చన్.
ఇప్పుడు ధ్యానం ఎలా ఇవ్వాలి అనేది కొంచెం నేర్చుకోవాలి శివ. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మేము ఇస్తున్నాం కదా, ఇప్పుడు మొన్న మేము ఆదివారపేటకి వచ్చినప్పుడు నువ్వు అడిగితే మీ ఊరి నుంచి వచ్చిన వాళ్ళకి ధ్యానం ఇచ్చాను కదా, అది ఎట్లా ఏంటి అనేది కొంచెం అర్థం చేసుకోవాలన్నమాట, కొంచెం నేర్చుకోవాలన్నమాట. సో ఇప్పుడు ఇది క్వశ్చన్ అడిగింది శివరాజునా లేకపోతే రామకృష్ణ శివానా?
రామకృష్ణ శివ. మిమ్మల్ని కలిసాను కదా బెంగళూరులో.
అర్థమైంది. అదే ఇప్పుడు మేము మొన్న ఆదివారపేటకి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు అక్కడ స్కూల్స్కి వెళ్ళి అక్కడ కూడా ఇచ్చామన్నమాట, ధ్యానం ఇచ్చామన్నమాట. సో దాని గురించి కొంచెం నేర్చుకోవాలి, ఎట్లా ఇవ్వాలి, ఏమి ఇవ్వాలి అని నేర్చుకోవాలన్నమాట. అప్పుడు అది నేర్చుకున్నాక మీరు కూడా ఇవ్వచ్చు ధ్యానం.
ఓకే అంకుల్.
వీళ్ళు ఇవ్వాలి వాళ్ళు ఇవ్వకూడదు అనేది ఏమీ లేదు.
ఓకే అంకుల్.
ఎవరైనా ఇవ్వచ్చు ధ్యానం. అయితే అది కొంచెం నేర్చుకోండి. నన్ను అడిగితే నేను కూడా చెప్తాను ఎలా ఇవ్వాలని చెప్పేసి.
నేను మే
అలా
1st
ఇవ్వచ్చు.
బెంగళూరు వస్తాను అంకుల్. నేను మిమ్మల్ని మీట్ అవుతాను.
ఇక్కడికి వస్తున్నారా మీరు? బెంగళూరుకి వస్తున్నారా? అలాగే
బెంగళూరు నాది, ఆఫీస్ బెంగళూరులో. ఆఫీస్ బెంగళూరు నాది, అందుకని.
ఓకే శివ, ఇక్కడికి వచ్చినప్పుడు
రైట్.
కలిసి చెప్తాను.
షూర్ అంకుల్,
ఓకే శివ,
డెఫినెట్లీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో
బాయ్.
మచ్ అంకుల్. బాయ్.
ఎనీబడి ఎల్స్? See, I am okay. I can continue for a little while to answer your questions, but I don't want to take up any discussions because the others might be having other commitments as regards their time, right? So I don't want to tie down the others. Yeah. Chandra?
Unmute ಮಾಡಿ.
Thank you, Jagdish. At least Swamiji
Yeah,
blessed
Chandra.
us for another week of satsang. Hope it continues right through.
Sure, Chandra, by Swamiji's blessings.
Yes.
He can,
Just that one
only he can
indication
decide
that
whether to continue or not.
a couple of devotees are from Singapore as well. They're Chinese devotees. So
Okay.
perhaps next time the Dvaita, Advaita, those stuff, maybe you can explain a little simpler so they can understand they're not from the same culture, not in this lifetime anyway. So thank you for everything again.
Okay, Chandra. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Then thanks everyone. Have a great night. By this we'll conclude this session and have a great night. Have a great weekend. Thanks everyone. Have a great day. Jai Shivabalayogi Maharaj ki.
Jai.
Thank you. Thanks uncle. Thanks all. Thanks everybody for joining.
Okay, Paul.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Paul. Bye. నిపేంద్ర ఇప్పుడు వచ్చాడా బాలు?
లేదు అంకల్, వెళ్ళిపోయి మళ్ళీ వచ్చినట్టున్నారు.
అవునా? సో ఇంతకు ముందు ఉన్నారా?
అంకల్.
అదే ఆయన క్వశ్చన్ కూడా తీసుకుంటానన్నాను. సో ఆయనకి రాద్దాంలే. అంటే ఇప్పుడు అయిపోయింది కదా టైము.
అంకల్.
చూడు, ఆయన్ని అడ్మిట్ చేస్తారా? ఒకసారి మాట్లాడదాం.
చేశాను అంకల్. జాయిన్ అవుతున్నారు.
హలో నిపేంద్ర భయ్యా.
ఇప్పుడు అయ్యారు అంకల్.
హలో భయ్యా, నిపేంద్ర భయ్యా.
Yes, भैया.
అన్మ్యూట్ ಮಾಡಿ.
आपका वॉइस ठीक से सुनाई नहीं दे रहा भैया.
भैया, can you hear me now?
No, the voice is not clear. I am unable to make out what you are saying completely. See, the time is up now. So I would like to take up your question probably next week, Nupendra Bhaiya.
I observe this.
ఇంకెవరికైనా ఏమైనా క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉన్నాయా? పవన్ అడుగుతారా?
పవన్ వెళ్ళిపోయినట్టున్నాడు అంకుల్.
అలాగే. సో మీరు అడుగుతారా ఒకసారి? ఇంకా ఎవరికైనా శివసత్యరాజు అని ఉంది, ఎవరు బాలు అది?
మా మావయ్య ఉండొచ్చు అంకుల్.
యాక్చువల్ పేరు శివసత్యరాజునా?
అంకుల్.
ఓకే.